Well, it's sure looking like the local government center has won again. No final decisions have been made, but the House and Senate really failed to come to an agreement on the signature legislation dealing with reforms to pooled risk management programs. That's the acronym or the shorthand for these quasi-insurance companies like the LGC that manage health insurance, liability insurance, workers' compensation insurance for cities and towns. And this has been in the making for a long time, and those of you who are watching this are fully aware, I'm sure, that of the controversy with regard to the LGC. And the Secretary of State's Office, Bureau of Securities Regulation, has ruled that the LGC owes cities and towns as much as $100 million in overcharges to those communities to manage these programs. The LGC insists we did what the actuaries and the lawyers told us what to do. Our investments were prudent. Our assets were reasonable. You're incorrect. This dispute has gone to a hearing officer. The hearing officer heard two weeks of detailed hearings on the matter. He's got the case in his hands now, so we should have a decision at some point. I think that has something to do with the fact that it's not likely that real reform of the LGC and these risk management programs is going to happen this year. Because, frankly, whatever the legislature decides, the hearing officer could affect. If the hearing officer were to say, for example, that the LGC was right, or the state was right, or even worse, both of them were right, then in some way, then whatever the legislature does in terms of reforming the program might not match up with what the hearing officer decides. And as we've pointed out before, whatever decision comes from that hearing officer, likely to go appeal to court and probably go all the way to the Supreme Court and to decide that matter. This could take many months. And I think that's really part of what's taking the wind out of the sails of really reforming this program. There's still an opportunity. There is a bill that legislators are negotiating on the subject that could allow for a reform plan to be haggled out. The differences between the House and Senate, however, are so big, I do not see that happening. Some kind of compromise coming to fore. And if it does come to an agreement, I don't think it's going to be about what really matters. But we'll be following it here all of that for you here at LogNH.